Mike Lindell and Sean Hannity. Remember, Mike Lindell recently was upset that Sean Hannity wasn't covering his failed cyber symposium, which if you ask me, Sean Hannity was doing him a favor. But nonetheless, Hannity still promotes Mike Lindell's products, the MyPillow products, where presumably he sells pillows.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. The thing is, look, live reads are sometimes clunky. When you're doing promotions, they can come across as not so great, especially if it's in the wrong context. Now, Sean Hannity, as a professional broadcaster, someone who's been around for quite some time, you would expect him to understand that, pitching certain things, slanging certain things should be, done in the appropriate context. And here he is proving just how good he is at making those judgments.
How would you like to be in Kabul today as an American and you can't get to the airport? Where are you thinking your life is headed? If you're one of those family members, I bet you're not sleeping. I don't even think MyPillow can do it. MyPillow.com, that's where I go. I fall asleep faster, I stay asleep longer. These are going to be a lot of sleepless nights for so many of our fellow Americans. We got to get them home.
Not every segue can be super smooth. He did his best.
Do you think producers wrote that for him, or do you think that he came up with that on the spot?
I think he came up with that on the spot. Well, I think maybe the later part of it. I think the segue he came up with on the spot. The later stuff I think was probably scripted.
That might have been the worst segue to a promotion I've ever heard.
Yeah, and I think when you say that, I think what you mean is that talking about like people who are desperately trying to flee a despotic regime is a bad way to do it. But I think it's under-recognized that he started off by saying, I don't even think a MyPillow could do it. Like he literally started the plug with saying it wouldn't help, honestly. You could get it if you want, but it's not gonna accomplish the goal. That's a weird way to start.
Plug. Yeah, it's not a great promotion of a product anyway. Yeah.
I would want another read for free. I wouldn't want to have to pay for that read. You saw the one the day before, right? About the phones?
No, tell me about it.
He said there's not only a stampede in Afghanistan, there's a stampede against high prices.
No, I can't.
The carriers like AT&T, Verizon, good American families are switching to Pure Talk.
This is the problem with advertising. Because look, Sean Hannity clearly was not subtle and also used the wrong context to pitch these things. But even when the segue is all right, even when the segue uses the, what's the right context? Like it uses context that, or is in the context of something that isn't incredibly offensive. And making light of people suffering, right? It's still so cheesy. Like and that's the thing, like that's what advertisers want. Like advertisers want you to like bake it in, like bake it into your show.
Exactly.
Like
WandaVision or something.
I hate it so much.
Well, and there's an added layer that I don't think is acknowledged enough where he's like, man, people are really suffering, sleepless nights. So sleepless that even if you had a MyPillow, it wouldn't help. But for me, I go to sleep, no problem. I sleep super late.
Totally.
Got no cares whatsoever. You plebes though, it's tough times. Better get a MyPillow. It won't help, it's not enough. But for me, I could sleep on a rock, wouldn't matter, I'd be fine.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
How about just be like, man, that news out of Afghanistan was rough. Like the news has been really rough, hasn't it? It's tough. You end the day exhausted. MyPillow, that's at least got a little bit of buffer. There's a little bit of a pillow between the two stories. Not like, I don't even want to do any more examples because they're unthinkable and cruel, but
it is interesting because he has no problem with any of it, right? It doesn't, no buffer, it doesn't matter. He's collecting money from Mike Lindell's company to promote MyPillow. So as long as the check clears, who cares? Who cares what context it's in? Who cares how lame the segue is? It's for them, it's just more money, more revenue into his little radio show that he does. Like, by the way, that's the other thing. We're talking about anchors who likely take in millions of dollars a year in their contracts. Like certainly someone like Sean Hannity does. And then they like do their grifty side hustles with radio shows and stuff. And it's like, it's not enough for you? How much more content do you need to do?
I don't know. I think he really likes talking. I'm usually good at the end of the day, but yeah, we're 2 days. We've still got 2 more days for him to do these. He's done 2. I don't think he's getting much pushback that he cares about. It seems ridiculous and it's callous. Let's also point out that he kept saying, like my heart really goes out to the Americans over there. What about the people who aren't Americans?
Oh, he doesn't.
That are also having sleepless nights.
Come on, do you really think that Sean Hannity really even cares about the Americans over there? He doesn't care about the Americans over here.
He pretended in the segment to care. He said we do owe something to those that helped us. He said we should send 50,000 soldiers.
50,000 soldiers where? To Afghanistan?
Well, he said to Kabul. I think he means we're never getting out of there.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's perfectly fine with a never-ending presence there, but he at least tried briefly to pretend to be, to have some empathy, but it fell apart once the Mike Lindell thing started.
It's super hollow. And look, maybe Mike Lindell has been keeping track of the awful segues. And that was what also motivated the rant that he went on against Sean Hannity this week, which I enjoyed. So why don't we take a little, let's take a gander. Let's watch it.
Where's Fox? Newsmax, they sue OAN and Newsmax the morning of the symposium. Do you know why, Brandon? I talked to the owner of Newsmax. This is pretty sad. He got sued because he ran my ad that Fox would not run.
I figured that was it.
And he asked me, did anybody else run your ad, Mike, or turn down your ad? I said, no, none of them. ABC ran it, CBS, NBC, all of them. CNN, nobody else turned them down. Nobody else but Fox. And Fox Business News. Fox, you need to step it up and help save our country. I seen stuff by Jan Bongino on there. He goes, I'll say whatever I want in my show, and people were going after him. You know what? Then you better get out there and talk about tonight. Sean Hannity told me once, he said, Mike, I can say anything I want on Fox as long as it's the truth. Well, the truth is, Sean, we had a cyber symposium. And the truth is, it was attacked and hacked by like a discharged merit. And the truth is, you're not saying anything on your show. Neither are you, Laura. Trucker tried a few times to talk about the 2020 election. I give him some credit. Maybe I thought that might be a breakthrough. It was a couple weeks ago, but none of them are talking. What is Fox doing to you? Are you guys you're so worried about your money, all 4 of you? You're so worried about your money and your job? You know what? Tina Peters here, she's left, she's a hero.
Oh God. We talked about that on the show yesterday, and it's even funnier the second time around because when you watch something the second time, you catch things that you might have missed the first time. Like, I love how the OAN host tries to look all dignified with his like suit and his glasses, and he's looking all serious and he's like moving his papers around while this like this lunatic.
Oh, he raises a good point. I think I have a follow-up here at some point.
Look at his face, like he's like, oh yeah. No, this is good stuff. This is very serious. I'm paying very close attention to what you're saying. Let me move my papers around. I'm moving my papers. A very serious person here. Jam Bongino.
Jam Bon Jovi. Why? You're Sam Hannity. I thought trucker. Come on, get out of my back. Does he watch any of these shows? I don't. I know their names. He doesn't care at all. Jam Bongino.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's the best thing that Mike Lindell's done.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.